Hello, this is question 1 on your mixed exercise 1 from year 13, and you have to prove by contradiction that root of 1/2 is an irrational number. Remember, when we prove by contradiction, we are going to assume the opposite and see that that's not possible, that there is a contradiction with that, yeah? So we are going to write something like assume that root of 1/2, instead of irrational, we are going to say is rational, yeah? If it's rational, that means that we can write it this way. So as a fraction where a and b are integers. Yeah. The trick on these questions, the same if you are trying to prove, for example, that root 2 is irrational, is to assume that this fraction is in the simplest form. Yeah. And you always can assume that because you can simplify any fraction. Simplest form. That's what is going to help us. Let's go into square the expression. So if we square this expression here, we will have that 1/2 is going to be a squared divided by b squared. If we cross multiply it, we have the b squared is going to be 2a squared. And as we can write b squared as 2 times something, that means that b squared is even. And if b squared is even, that means that b is even. This is a very easy proof by contradiction, but it's helpful that you remember in the questions because you can use it without proving, yeah, unless they specifically ask you to prove. So if a number square is even, the number is going to be even as well, yeah? If b is even, we can write b as 2 times something, so 2 times n, for example. If I go back here and I substitute the b by 2n, I can write that 2n squared is going to be 2a squared. When we square the left-hand side, we have 4n squared equal to a squared, which means if we simplify, that a squared is going to be equal to 2n squared. And I hope you see where we are going, because that means that a squared is even. And if a squared is even, that means that a is even as well. What does that mean? A and b are even. So if we have a fraction a divided by b, we could divide both numbers by 2. So we could simplify farthest, which means it's not in the simplest form. Yeah. So this is the contradiction. So a and b are both even. A and b even. That means a divided by b is not in the simplest form, yeah? It's not in the simplest form, and that's the contradiction. So this is your contradiction, and therefore, as this is not true, this one is true, yeah? Therefore, the root of 1/2 is irrational, yeah, and that's how proof by contradiction works. Or and that's your conclusion, yeah. And that's all with this type of question. It's quite common proof question.